Happy Saturday night, y'all. Jason with the Simpademic, and I am coming to you tonight with a very important concept. I think in general, just for women and intergender relationships in general, but just life as a whole. And that concept is contentment. And I have promised not to ever make this like an entirely religious series, but it is who I am, and there's an important concept. And as I've mentioned before, my God is the God of the Holy Bible, and there is a scripture inside of there that I'm going to read, full well knowing that not all of you share the same particular faith that I do, but the concept I think is still underlying, and I think it applies no matter what. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Philippians chapter 4 real quick. And it is chapter 4. And I can't even read because my vision's not the greatest right now. But Philippians 4, we're going to start in chapter 4, verse 12 on this one. And goes something like this. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content to any and every situation, as whether well fed or hungry, whether living or in plenty or in need. I can do everything through him who gives me strength. So that is the Apostle Paul speaking on the value of contentment. And I believe in terms of relationships and things like that, if every man took this particular concept, the Simpademic would end tomorrow. Because learning contentment eliminates the need to simp and grovel for women. It also eliminates the need to plead or be clingy, as I mentioned yesterday. And it also eliminates the need to worry or stress about finding a future mate. Being content is being of the attitude that I will be content with my life as it is, regardless of whether that happens or not. I've said this before. I do not need a woman to complete me. I have a God who does that for me. And you don't need one either, regardless of what you have that completes you. You need to learn, as I have, that you're valid and good as you are. You do not need to grovel. You do not need to make a woman your God. You do not need to grovel or put them on a pedestal or be clingy and needy, as I have admitted to being once in particular. And contentment is so key to so many things in life. I don't work a job I particularly feel like I'm excellent at, and excelling has always been very important to me. But I'm content with what I have because it provides me fairly well. As a single 52-year-old man, I can live reasonably well with this. And it's not something that I spend any time really worrying about. Now, do I imagine what it would be like to have a woman in my life? All the time. I do it in my subconscious, of course. That's what the Lauren dreams are. But does it have to happen? Am I absolutely hell-bent on making sure that happens? Absolutely not. I am content with what I have, whether she's in the picture or not. That's what I've decided to do. I've decided to put my faith in my God, the God of the Bible. You otherwise can put your contentment and validation in yourself in however channel that works for you. But the subject of contentment is something I did want to bring out of that, just to share with everybody what the actual concept is. Of course, the Apostle Paul went through a lot of very wealthy times, such as when he was still Saul and was the ruler of the Jewish kingdom. And of course, this is a man who was also in prison, which is different than what prison is like today. Prison today is relatively sanitary. Prison back then was basically being put in a hole in the ground and left without any food. These days, that would be considered unconstitutional punishment, cruel and unusual punishment. But in the Roman Empire, that was the norm. So this man knows what he speaks of when he's talking about contentment. I, of course, have never had any of that kind of treatment myself, and almost likely neither have you. So be content with what you have. Be like myself. Be grateful that you live in the United States of America. I'm grateful that I have a health plan at work that carried me through my traumatic brain injury 4 years ago. And I was able to survive that and get to this point today. I believe I'm here for a reason. I'm still trying to figure out what that reason exactly is. But eventually I think it'll all come to light. But that is what contentment is. If all men learned how to be content with what they had in life, the Simpademic would end tomorrow. It would be over. Because we would no longer have men putting women on pedestals, groveling for them, begging for their attention, even when it's clear that they're not reciprocating. In that dating relationship where I was too clingy, I actually came to the determination that because I wasn't being reciprocated, that I was done trying. And so that's why I told her. 4 weeks in, I was like, you know what? I don't think this is going to work. And the reason is that she was not reciprocating at all. And I think if you're a true man of true value, that's going to be very important to you. If she comes along, is that she's reciprocating your attention and kindness and kind. So I learned at that point that that was not the case, and so therefore I just sent her on her way. She didn't really say anything, and that was that. So anyway, this is Jason with End the Simpademic. I just want to share that particular topic tonight about being content in all of your circumstances, whether she's in the picture or not. So anyway, I will talk to you guys tomorrow after I come back from church on Sunday. Peace out.